Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, right? And welcome to Titli's Busy Kitchen with me, Titli. You know, when I was a baby growing up in Birmingham, my mum used to make treacle sponge, and I love treacle sponge, so I thought I'd make another one, you know, just for nostalgia like. So for my treacle sponge, right, I've got 100 grams of flour, I've got 75 grams of butter cut into little pieces, I've got 75 grams of caster sugar, a couple of eggs, 2 tablespoons of golden syrup, a tablespoon of breadcrumbs, and I made this by just putting a slice of bread in the oven and trying it out and then crumpling it right. I've got a teaspoon of baking soda, and I've got the juice and the rind from half a lemon. So to begin with, I'm going to put the golden syrup in a bowl. Takes a long time to come off, dough it, but I've got this little cute rubber spatula, right, and it helps scoop it off. Then I'll add in the lemon juice and the breadcrumbs, and then I'll get this little baby whisk, right, and I'll mix it all together. I was bossing that. I've put the butter in a big mixing bowl, right, and I'm going to add in the sugar, and then I'll cream it all together with my whisk. When it's all nicely creamed together, right, you add in the eggs one at a time. Plop. I didn't do that very well, did I? And whisk it in. Then add in the other egg. Plop. When it's all nicely mixed, you take a sieve and you add the flour in. And then your baking soda. And again you mix it all together. Now this mix is a bit thick, right, so what I'm going to do is add in a tablespoon of milk and mix that in and all. And I'm going to keep adding milk until I get the consistency I want. I've added about 4 tablespoons in, and it's a kind of droppy droobly consistency, right. So the last thing I'm going to do is add in the lemon rind and just mix that in and all. I've got a 1-point pudding basin here, and I've put some butter on the inside, and I'm going to add in my treacle mix. Then on the top of that you add your sponge mix, right. When you've got all the mix in, just put a piece of greaseproof paper on the top. Then take a piece of foil, right, and it needs to have a split in it like a pleat in a skirt, and you put it over and push it down. This is okay, right, it will allow for the sponge to expand. Then get some lacky bands on it. Then when it's all nicely sealed, just trim away the excess, but don't forget to recycle this when you... I've put my pudding basin in a big bowl of water, and the water's boiling very gently, and the water comes about 2/3 of the way up the bowl, and you have to cover it right and simmer it for 2 hours, but you need to check from time to time that the level's okay, because if it runs low you have to put a bit more water in, and I'm going to come up for breath now. After 2 hours your pudding should be cooked right, so it's time to unwrap it. Take off the bit of paper. Then you need a spatula, right, and you run the spatula right the way down to the bottom of the dish. Then you take a plate and you put it on the pudding upside down, and you flip the whole lot over, and the pudding just drops out. Look, it's brill. So now just lift up the bowl, and there's your pudding. People say to me, Titli, what do you have with treacle sponge? I say, you have custard, don't you, you daft apeth. People think us Brummies are stupid, right, just because we talk like this, but we ain't stupid, we're just misunderstood. And the reason we're misunderstood, right, is because nobody can understand a flipping word we're saying. It could have been worse though, I suppose. I could have been born a Geordie. Join me next time in Titli's Busy Kitchen with me, Titli. Until next time, ta! Good heavens!